Today, say goodbye to high GPU prices. Intel accidentally showed us everything. Ryzen 7000 just gets better, and it's all here. Nvidia's RTX 4000. Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. First up for today, it's finally happening. The second largest cryptocurrency, Ethereum, is finally moving over to proof of stake this week. The reason this matters is because proof of stake essentially gets rid of the need for miners, meaning even if crypto has a new resurgence, it may not have the same effect it has in the past. Of course, there are other cryptocurrencies, but the main driver of GPU purchases came from Ethereum. In fact, a ton of miners are already moving over to Ethereum Classic. But the profitability there isn't anywhere near where it is with Ethereum. As you can see here, the mining rewards from Ethereum have massively outperformed other platforms. And honestly, up until recently, I didn't think too many people really thought Ethereum would do it. They've been promising that proof of stake was coming for years now, but it's finally happening, and GPU prices will likely continue to fall thanks to it. Next up for today, it looks like Intel recently made a pretty huge mistake. But first, if you're like me and you love PC hardware, you never want to miss anything. But it's hard to keep up with all the major new releases. There's just so much noise out there. That's why I came up with Meld Alerts. It's completely free, and basically when major PC hardware is released, I'll send you a notification. Plus I'll tell you where you can get great deals so you can actually get it at a good price. I may even send some build suggestions from time to time. With that said, let me know what releases you're most excited about by dropping a comment below. And don't worry, I'm not going to flood your inbox. Some weeks you won't get anything, and others you might get a few emails. To sign up, just visit meldalerts.com and fill out the form. It's just your email. Once again, that's meldalerts.com. Moving back to Intel's mistake. Originally found and shared by Momomo_US, Intel apparently had some listings of their upcoming 13th gen CPUs on their official site, ultimately confirming quite a few things. Now, they obviously took it down shortly after it was found, but it's too late. So what you're about to see are official specs from Intel themselves, and as usual, the leaks look to have been pretty spot on. Starting things off, we have the breakdown of the different class of models from the i3 to i9. Actual examples given are the i5 13600K, which comes with 14 cores and 20 threads and up to 5.1 GHz P-core max frequency. Next we have the 13700K, which is a 16-core 24-thread CPU with a 5.3 GHz P-core boost. Finally is the 13900K, which we know is a 24-core 32-thread CPU. It comes with a 5.4 GHz boost. Now that may seem a little low, but that's because it apparently doesn't include the Turbo Boost Max or Thermal Velocity Boost. Now, according to the leaks, with everything on, it should actually get up to 5.8 GHz boost, so definitely a nice jump over last gen. And of course, we won't have to wait much longer to find out everything when those get released. Next up, if you thought AMD revealed their full hand during the Ryzen 7000 announcement,
how about no, Scott?
Because according to a new post by WCCF Tech, AMD's monster Ryzen 9 7950X can clock even higher than what the company said. According to the post, internally, AMD has stated that their 16-core part can get up to 5.85 GHz on a single core if temps are below 50 degrees Celsius. If not, you'll get the rated 5.7 GHz. And of course, that's a very nice jump of 150 MHz, so definitely not bad. Not only that, but according to WCCF Tech, the 7950X has a rated all-core boost of 5.1 GHz. Once again, that's across every core of AMD's 16-core flagship CPU. With that said, that number is based on a best case scenario. According to the story, a more realistic number to expect is between 4.9 and 5.05 GHz all-core clock. Regardless, AMD's next-gen CPUs are getting more and more exciting. And lastly for today, I have even more new info on Nvidia's next-gen RTX 4000 GPUs. Starting things off, we have what looks like the final specs of Nvidia's launch GPUs, including boost clocks. The story comes from multiple sources by Video Cards, a very trustworthy leaker who's been right a ton of times in the past. They also combined it with some other leakers to fill in the gaps. Either way, starting things off, we have the RTX 4090. This GPU comes with 16,384 CUDA cores, 24GB of GDDR6X memory, and a massive boost clock increase over last gen at 2520 MHz. For reference, that's a whopping 820 MHz higher than the 3090. When it comes to power draw, the card has a TGP of 450 watts, but it has a maximum configurable TGP of an insane 660 watts. Moving on, we have the 16GB RTX 4080, and I say 16 because the earlier leak seems to be right in that the 4080 comes in two variants. With that said, memory isn't the only thing that's different. The 16GB model comes equipped with 9,728 CUDA cores and a boost of 2,505 MHz. The TGP is 340 watts, configurable up to a maximum 516. Finally, we have the 12GB model, and this is where things get odd. According to this, the 12GB 4080 comes with 7,680 CUDA cores, which is over 2,000 less cores than the 16GB model. It does have higher clocks at 2,610 MHz. The TGP is different here as well at 285 watts with a max of 366. As you can see, the 16 and 12GB models are wildly different, and honestly, I don't know why they wouldn't just call the 12GB model a 4070, but they apparently did not, and according to Video Cards, Nvidia likely won't be announcing the 4070 at release, especially given these are expected to be announced in just a few days. Speaking of, I'll have affiliate links to those below for when they are announced. Anyway, the news doesn't stop there. A box for an upcoming Gigabyte 4090 also leaked, proving yet again that the font we saw a little while back is almost certainly correct. Finally, according to a new tweet from resident leaker Copite7Kimmy, the full RTX 4000 GPU comes with a whopping 75 billion transistors. For reference, that's 2.6 times the transistor count in the highest end RTX 3000 die. Of course, transistors aren't everything, but with a jump like that, I'd say we can expect a serious boost in performance. So while that does it for today, are you more ready for Nvidia's next-gen GPUs, or what about AMD or Intel CPUs? Let me know down in the comments below, and definitely make sure to check out Atlas VPN down in the description below. And as always, have a great day!